Now at 11, if you have been trying to find a new place to rent in the Bay Area, you know it is tough out there, and that's without people trying to scam you.
This is a very elaborate scam and very sophisticated. So I just want everyone to be aware that these are the things that the scammers are doing.
How one man fell victim to a very detailed scam. Then nearly 2 weeks after a birthday party in the South Bay turned deadly, the FBI is getting involved, how the agency is assisting in the investigation. Plus, countless historical records could soon be relocated, why it could keep some people from learning the secrets of their family history. And last night we showed you one man's creative way of running errands. Tonight we hear his explanation.
Well, part of it is for fun, and the other part is a lot faster. And it's no different than taking your snowmobile in the winter and going to a restaurant, getting something to eat.
From KPIX, this is the Late News with Sarah Donchie on CBS News Bay Area.
Hi, I'm Sarah Donchie. We have long established that San Francisco has some very expensive real estate, and trying to find the place of your dreams that is also something you can afford is more like a nightmare, sometimes just not possible. Just last week, a report from Zumper revealed the asking price for a 2-bedroom here in the city is now the highest of any major city in the country. We told you about that on this broadcast. The median price for a 2-bedroom in SF topped $6,000. Experts said the two factors at play are the growing AI industry and a lower supply. Renters who are looking right now are competing for a smaller and smaller pool of places. So with people really desperate to find a place to live, scammers are living large. The FTC says since 2020, people have reported nearly 65,000 rental scams with about $65 million in losses. Keep in mind, a lot of scams are never reported, meaning that $65 million could only be a fraction of what has actually been lost. As for where these scams are popping up, the FTC says more people, about half of them, reported seeing a fake post on Facebook. Another 16% said the scam targeted a fake ad on Craigslist. And if you're thinking it's older people that are skimming Facebook and clicking on something that doesn't seem too fishy, that's not necessarily true. It's actually young people trying to navigate a challenging housing market, some of them for the first time. The FTC reported people ages 18 to 29 are 3 times more likely than other adults to say they lost money to a rental scam. One of those victims was a 28-year-old in San Francisco who works at a tech startup like so many others here. He talked to our Kevin Coe so he can warn other people about the red flags to look out for.
Shame on you, taking advantage of people who are like in this market are very desperate.
Alvin Tran would say that to his scammers if he knew who they were. The 28-year-old product designer is a seasoned renter who's moved in to 2 other places before, sight unseen. He recently found 2 listings online for this condo in the Castro, one on Zillow and one on Craigslist.
I had reached out on Zillow twice, actually, asking if I could schedule a tour, and I did not get any response.
To his luck, he thought, his email to the Craigslist post was returned. It was also perfect timing. His current apartment planned to raise his rent by $700 if he stayed. Soon, he got a text from James telling him he got over 70 inquiries for Alvin's dream home and asked if he could come by that day. Alvin took this video of what he hoped would be his next home. There were also 6 or 7 groups of other prospective renters, or in Alvin's world, a lot of competition.
When I was touring in person, I saw someone fill out their application and turn it in during the tour. So I know that people were very interested, and I needed to move fast and be aggressive to potentially, hopefully, secure the unit.
That's exactly what Alvin did, and he was soon approved, receiving this confirmation email, including an attachment of a lease that Alvin signed. Then, following instructions, he and his roommate wired a security deposit, first and last month's rent, totaling $18,600.
I honestly did not think anything was weird, because I had seen the property in person and I had talked to someone with the same name.
On the day he was scheduled to pick up his keys, no one showed up. Alvin reached out to the Zillow listing, shown here, who was the real property manager. But the Craigslist listing was fake, copying information from the real Zillow listing to appear legit.
It's horrible to hear about these types of scams in our local communities, whether it's a dollar, and in this case, it's a huge amount of $18,000. Unfortunately, this is one of many scams that is very familiar to us here at BBBSF Bay Area.
Alma Galvin with San Francisco's Better Business Bureau says the development of AI has made scamming easier than ever. Any information available online, like a Zillow listing, can be used improperly. She also says to never wire money to property managers.
It is almost impossible to get that money back. Reason is because, for example, some of the payment apps ask you to verify the person. Are you sure you want to send, $2,500? It's your responsibility to verify the individual.
Alvin's filed 12 reports to various departments, including local authorities and federal agencies. He's hoping he and his roommate can get their money back. But at the very least, he hopes you don't get scammed.
This is a very elaborate scam and very sophisticated. So I just want everyone to be aware that these are the things that the scammers are doing and to keep an eye out for them.
After all of that trouble, Alvin and his roommate decided to take the rent increase and stay where they are. He says at least he knows his building and property manager are real.